Alright folks, we're getting the grill started up to grill some hamburgers. We want this grill to be a little hot, probably around like 300 to 350 to grill. So we got to let this flame go ahead and die down and let the charcoals ash over. You can either use like your briquettes or use hardwood charcoal. In this case, we're using a hardwood charcoal, so it may take maybe about 15 to 20 minutes for the flame to die down and for this to ash over. So then we'll come back out and check it, and then hopefully we can put some hamburgers on soon after. Alright folks, the grill is still going there. I'm pretty strong and hot, but we got to hurry up and get done because the rain's coming. But according to man law number 1, grilling is always the first choice of cooking, so who cares if there's a little bit of rain? We're going to cook anyway. So we got our hamburgers out here. What we used was a combination of seasoning blend and our personal blend of hot Caribbean jerk. We have a mild and we have a hot Caribbean jerk. We decided to try out the hot Caribbean jerk with the hamburgers. You can use any kind of seasoning that you want. We're trying to try out the new jerk, so there we go. So pretty much what we did with the hamburgers, we just took our meat and then kind of mashed it out in a bowl, put in seasoning blend, jerk, rolled it up into a big log, and then just took all sections and rolled it up and made our patties. The only thing that you want to do is when you make your patty, after you shape it to your size, just kind of put your knuckle in the center, just kind of push it down. Kind of helps when you're cooking it. So let's go ahead and get this on here. And if you remember, I said on man law number 1, as far as grilling is always the first choice of cooking, that we really abide by. And if you remember from our pulled pork, we also did another man law. We didn't give the number to it, but it's man law number 10. Talking about flare-ups will be handled calmly and discreetly until such time as they spread to a natural forest. Which we kind of had a little flame up last time. It wasn't that bad, but we handled it. So that's your thing with grilling and cooking. It doesn't always go according to your script or your plan, but you always got to stay calm and be patient with it. Smoking your meat takes a while, just patient, calm. And then if you have more of a higher heat with your grilling or searing or barbecuing, when you get higher temperatures, around 300 plus, if there's a fire, you can't just run and panic or just start throwing your meat around. Just take your time and choke out the flame, which basically kills the oxygen to it. Because you normally have probably a bottom door the way that this one does. And then you got your top one, which this one doesn't have a top. But you'll have a draft door and then dampers on top to play with, and you can kind of use that to control your oxygen. So don't just start, like snatching off meat or something, throwing on a bunch of water, because all of that can mess with your quality of meat. So we obeyed man law number 10 last time, and this time, rain or not, we're still going with man law number 1. So we'll come back, put on our last patty, and we'll let you guys know how it came out. All right, we're going to go ahead and put on this last patty. We're fighting against the rain, but that's okay. But just again to show you guys, this is how you want to put in your little knuckle indent. You don't have to, but it's normally best when you're cooking. It just kind of keeps it where it doesn't bubble up too far or anything, and then you see how it's cooking well. So that's your imprint on what you want to do. All right, folks, we're coming out here to flip our meat over. We have a little bit of flaming going, but it's not too bad. So we were talking about the temperatures and so forth with the stuff they're cooking. Yeah, I really should have oiled this grill a little bit, but hey, that's okay. It's not too bad on burn. But talking with your temperatures, this is beef. If you normally cook your patties to medium, you would go about 145. But if you want well done, you would go more to the 160, 165 range. Then of course, rare or a medium rare is less than that. You got your 130s, your 135, stuff like that. So we're going to probably try to cook this to the higher temperatures, Just really making sure that stuff is done. And you cook this to your own preference. But just one more time there, we had a question about the knuckle imprint that when we went off camera. When you're cooking your meat, like your meat will shrink a little bit as it cooks. And if you don't put the knuckle in there, it can either bubble up and you'll have a little dome shape, or it just won't be cooking evenly throughout. So you put the knuckle in to make sure that your meat stays compact. So as it shrinks, it'll all stay formed together. You'll have a fairly evenly shaped and thickness of patty when you're done. So that's the answer to that question that we had when we went off screen. We're gonna go ahead and flip this. Come back, check it in a few minutes, and see how they look. All right, folks, we got to come back and film the end showing the patties again. We thought that it was on recorded, but it didn't get on recorded for some reason. So we already started trying to eat on a patty. You can see that it's well done, cooked to that medium well to well done thing. It's still very moist and tender. So although we had a lot of flame and smoke going, it wasn't that really heavy of a burn, and everything's cooked to that medium well to well done look. So this was a good cook, and we beat the rain. So there we go.